All right. Let's get into our next best of three. The TvT. We're starting on Solaris and spawning in the lower left-hand corner. Sending out a couple of SCVs. What's happening right now? It is Team Liquid's Cure. Uh-oh, Cure. What are we doing, bud? His opponent in the upper right-hand corner. Still the reigning world champion, as it would be. We have Dragon Kites's Oliveira, who's going to have to deal with the proxy 2-racks. Because Cure wants to start out, you know, being a little cheeky here. You'll love to see it. Guys, thank you for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying the cast. Please consider following the Twitch channel, subscribing to the YouTube. And if you'd like to support the tournament, check out our Patreon or the match arena for this event. You can add 25 cents to the prize pool in that match arena for free. Imagine that. You could chuck quarters at these pro players. Very few venues allow you to actually throw quarters, but you could do it virtually. Can you imagine somebody just takes like a roll of quarters to DreamHack? It's just like, this is for Matcherino. They wear their Matcherino shirt and just chuck quarters at the players. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. It would be kind of ridiculous. Chuchilla, thank you for playing. Oh my god, this is a tech lab. Oh, Cure, you're so cool. God damn, he's so cool. Thank you for playing, Chuchilla. I'm sorry you had to go up against Cure in the first round. Genuinely, though, you're right. It didn't look too bad. I was honestly very impressed with your play, considering who you're up against. Oh my god. Cure is... we love it. We love it. Now, Oliveira went for a Reaper expand. So this is very vulnerable to this Proxy Marauder opening. I think Oliveira is going to have to cancel this low ground CC, and that sucks. There's not going to be any units coming out for a while here for Oliveira. And I think Cure's trying to take advantage of that. Factory is only about halfway done, so a Cyclone is very far away. And don't forget, these guys have concussive shells. So that Cyclone needs to be careful as well. Cure deciding to try to go up the ramp. Ooh, the SCVs are coming down. Ooh, the Marauders, they're going to get surrounded. Not quite. Not quite. Oliveira just taps out. Oh, no. I thought for sure he was going to fight it out a little longer. He had that Cyclone started up, but no, he just is out of there in the quickest game one of a TvT we've had in a long time. Just a 3-minute. The Proxy Marauders up against the Reaper expand, and Oliveira says, well, that's it, I guess. That's it. I think if he had been able to get the surround there, he has a much better chance of holding that off. But the moment he didn't, he was like, all right, I'm out. GG. All right, Hard Lead is going to be game map 2. Hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer. Like, 4 minutes? Can we get 4 minutes out of this one? Maybe 5? That was actually so quick that the bet hasn't even ended yet. So if you want to adjust your bet, or if you haven't bet yet, Cure's up 1-0 already. So maybe now is time to put some money onto Cure. Before we go ahead and close that bet up. All right, let's hop into game number 2. See, no SCVs going out immediately, so that's kind of a good sign. In the lower right-hand corner, we have Team Liquid's Cure. And his opponent in the upper left, it is Dragon Kites's Oliveira. Cure and Oliveira, I feel like it's a little tough to tell for both of them how they'll do in a bracket like this, where they've each beaten everybody else in this bracket at some point or another, right? But how consistently can they do that? How consistently could they get through to a finals of this kind of bracket or win this kind of tournament? It's a little tough. I feel like there's a bit of inconsistency there. Particularly Oliveira tends to be a little bit more inconsistent. Where sometimes, man, he just looks unstoppable, unbeatable. It's crazy how good he can look. But sometimes, you know those Proxy Marauders hits, and the game's just kind of over. Cure tends to be, I feel like, a more solid standard player most of the time, which does make when he cheeses more powerful because you're really not expecting it. Well, I feel like Cure generally isn't the best Terran in Korea. I think his TvT is the best in Korea. So Oliveira does have that to worry about. But what makes Oliveira's play fun is he's often really unpredictable. And there's a thing that happens in TvT a lot where, like, one player will be roaming on the map and the other player will have to keep tabs on where they are. And you'll get into this weird situation where you have to try to, like, scan the map blindly to figure out where your opponent is. For some reason, I feel like Oliveira is really good at making his opponent not know where his army is. So it's a weird thing to be good at, but Cure does dive in with that Reaper. It will go down, but looks like he's going to send the second one across too. Try to keep being annoying with these guys. Other than that, they're doing pretty much the exact same build. So we'll see if Oliveira can take advantage of the fact that he has one Reaper on his opponent. Oh, there you go. He gets the SCV. Both players getting their base delayed a little bit here. Oh, man. Cure's going to get in and might be able to get another SCV here. I hear the Reaper's jumping back up. The Cyclone's on his way. Ooh. Oh, my God. He got it. I can't believe it. That Reaper got 2 kills. What a badass. I mean, it did go down, though, so I think Cure's got to be maybe a little bit careful. Theoretically, Oliveira could have the exact same amount of units as him, but those 2 Reapers would be extra. But we see Oliveira already trying to get into Marine Tank. So Cure is going for the early game Cyclones, which have been a staple of TvT in this patch. Oliveira's like, nah, dude, I don't want Cyclones. He just got the one. And now Cure's going to try to poke and prod with these, but trades 1 Cyclone for 1. Cure is not going to see this drop move out. Although he has his own, they might just run into each other in the middle of the map here. That's going to be much better for Cure, I think, who's got these Cyclones in. Neither player's paying attention. What is happening? They were not expecting that. Now Cure is boosting back to try to defend this little push. Oliveira's going to be able to siege his tank up. However, not a lot of Marines here, so the Cyclone should just be able to straight up kill that siege tank. And then with some nice micro, Cure is going to go ahead and win this fight? No? Hold on. 5, 6 SCVs going down. These Cyclones just picked up and got out of there. They didn't have the hit points to keep fighting this. 2 more Cyclones will come down. That will be able to clean this up, even with Oliveira doing some fancy micro. Ooh, doesn't get away from the double lock onto the medevac, though. What? Now Oliveira's got more units trekking across the map, while the double Cyclone drop from Cure is heading in, plus this Cyclone out front, which is just going to get caught and killed here. But some SCV damage definitely going to happen in the main base. However, these Cyclones are both very weak, so 1 goes down to the SCVs. In the meantime, Oliveira sieging up, landing the Viking, gets a big tank shot on the SCVs, but doesn't have a lot of DPS to clean the rest of them up. And the Cyclones will clean that push up. At the end of the day, honestly, this is still a very even game. Super hectic beginning. But because Cure is able to go kill a few SCVs, he equalizes the worker count. He's lost quite a bit more, but well, he's really only lost 4 more. That's actually less. It's less more than I had expected it to be. You know what I mean? I guess the biggest problem here for Cure is that he's still on Cyclone production. He's going for the Cyclone Raven combo, which is the classic. At some point, Marine Tank does just beat that, though. So if he wants to get something done with the Cyclone Raven, he's going to have to do it relatively soon. Because once there's too many tanks, too many Marines, you just don't have the potential to crack it anymore. It looks like Cure's probably on his way to getting into Marine Tank as well. Wait, how did 5 SCVs go down? Is that these 2 Cyclones killing 5 SCVs? The Liberator only got 1 kill. Cure is suddenly taking a big worker lead then, off the back of the worker kills, and I feel like he's just been a little more consistent on building workers. All right, Cure gonna move out. He's got a handful of Cyclones, 6 Cyclones. Some of them staying back at home, though, as a second Liberator shows up. Oh, and Cure, if you're not watching here, this Cyclone is going to go down to the Liberator. And this is a lot of lost mining time happening. Cure trying to get across the map and do some damage here, but Oliveira, does he have enough Marines and tanks to defend against this? With the 3 Ravens, that's 2 shutdown tanks and a bunch of auto turrets, potentially. I'm getting real worried for Oliveira here. Oh, he's got a 3rd tank and a 4th tank popping out up here. That's a lot of shutdowns Cure's going to need to throw down. It's going to limit the amount of turrets he can use. In the meantime, this Liberator, oh my god, it wins the fight. Oh, the Marines couldn't do it, and now it is just decimating this mineral line, and Cure not able to find a way in. Doesn't like it. He's going to go drop auto turrets in the main base. He's actually going to clean up all the defenses there and get some SCV kills to counter the fact that this Liberator is doing stupid amounts of damage here. There's just no mining happening. The SCVs are all doing nothing because there's a Liberator here as well. It finally goes down. Oh my god. This lost mining time for Cure is absolutely brutal. Oliveira taking a nice lead in the economy there. Despite the fact that Cure was ahead on workers for such a long time and also getting damage done. But Oliveira stopping mining from one of the bases. It's just stifling Cure's economy for the time being. And Oliveira will finally push out, and this is what I was worried about for Cure, is now it's 5 tanks against 0 and 27 Marines against 17. And Cure's like, oh, I can't hold this base. He doesn't have any tanks. He's so late to this transition, and Oliveira just has a much stronger army. Even though there are still some Ravens somewhere, I think. Yeah, there's still a couple Ravens around. They're going to get landed an anti-armor missile, but with 5 siege tanks, it's just not enough energy to shut those all down. And now they're starting to shell away at the barracks. Oliveira going to scan the high ground to see if there's an army coming to hit him. There is not. Cure's just going for the counterattack. He knows he can't take that fight. This is so annoying for Cure. He's going to have to move some barracks. He's going to have to move this 3rd CC. However, there's no defenses back at home for Oliveira. He's got some Marines in the natural, but his 3rd feeling very exposed right now. 3rd base will live, though, as Cure targeted it down for a little while. He can't take this fight. He's actually just going to tap out, as he's not going to win that fight across the map. And he's not going to win the fight back at home either. Oliveira takes that game. Incredibly hectic game. I feel like as a result of Oliveira not going for as many Cyclones, Cure just, he felt the pressure, right? He's like, I have to get damage done with these. All right, game number 3. Sorry, I had to Double check on the admin stuff there. Looks like we don't have Hero in game, unfortunately. We've lost Hero. I don't know where he's at, so might have to walk him over in the bracket. It's too bad. It's unfortunate. But all right, let's get into game number 3. We had a very short one, and then we had a slightly longer one, although still not that long for a TvT. I feel like these TvTs are they're too hectic. Too much action. Let's see if game 3 will give us a nice long 35-minute game. I believe. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Site Delta, we have Team Liquid's Cure. Maybe the best TvTer in the world. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, though, just took him down in an exciting game, number 2. Can he do it again? It's Dragon Kites's Oliveira. It looks like there's no proxies in this game. No crazy stuff here. I'm really interested if we're going to see Cyclones out of Oliveira this game. He certainly had the potential to go into double Cyclone last game, but decided to go for the early tanks. I thought he was going to go for a push with them. He absolutely did. And it got kind of weird. That game got very weird from the very beginning. And while things evened out after the initial aggression, it was still, I don't know. It was still weird. Still weird with Cure having all those Cyclones, the Cyclone Raven combo, and Oliveira just going straight to Marine Tank. It felt like there was a chance for Cure to try to crack into him if he had been able to shut down those tanks that Oliveira was defending with. That's the real danger, right? Is if you get those Ravens out up against the siege tanks, suddenly those tanks just don't matter at all, and Marines without stim and combat shields are just hot garbage. But Cure not getting super aggressive, not diving into the natural. So we won't know if he's going to win that fight. Interesting here, though. Both players went for a Reaper expand. Playing it a little fast and loose with the safety. We saw Oliveira go for the SCV scout because he was worried he was going to get hit with the proxy again. He Reaper expanded in game 1 and just died immediately to the proxy marauders. But it looks like everything's going to be pretty standard here. Cure is going to go into double Cyclone. Oliveira, though, it looks like, again, not going to go for the reactored Cyclones. He did just cancel those Marines, though. Makes me wonder why. What did he use that money on that wasn't those 2 Marines? That's going to be another Tech Lab factory. Okay. Well, this will give Cure the power to potentially get some damage done. I think Oliveira is counting on the fact that he's got the ramp going up to the natural to deter Cure from trying to dive into his base. The thing is, Cure won't necessarily know what's on top of that ramp, and if there's a bunch of Cyclones up there, you're going to die immediately. So Cure needs to be really careful engaging. What he won't know is that he's going to have plenty to just kind of go kill his opponent if he hits at the right time. But I don't think Cure's going to get there before the siege tank pops out, and that's the real danger for Cure, is if there's a siege tank shelling away at his army. Cure going to go for the double Cyclone drop. This is another issue opening non-Cyclones. Cyclones can be really good at defending drops. If you keep those Cyclones back at home in good positions, they can defend the drops really, really well. Not really anything here to defend drops for Oliveira right now. He does have some Marines, and he's got a Raven. But these Cyclones still have a decent amount of potential to get damage done here. They're going to go ahead and grab a couple of SCVs. He's just going to pick up and boost to the corner for now. I do like the siege tank here for Oliveira. That's going to make it a lot harder to get anything done. He's got one on the low ground as well. But now Cure is pushing the front. He's got a Raven here with enough energy for a shutdown, and Interference Matrix is about to finish. Oh man, this is actually so sick from Cure. He drops in the main to force all these defenses in the main, and that means one shutdown in these Cyclones in the natural should be enough to bust in here. The Marines have come down from the main base though, and it looks like Oliveira is gonna shoo Cure away. Cure just not confident that he can kill that many Marines with the Cyclones he has. And that's going to buy enough time for Oliveira to get a second tank out. And now Cure, I think he still has to wait for some energy here. No, it looks like he just hit 75. He could lock down 2 tanks. But as I say that, Oliveira brings over the third. He's like, I know you ain't got energy for this. Did Hero drop out of the tournament? Sadly, he did, yes. Sadly, we're not getting any Hero games today. You hate to see it, but it does happen. All right, the rest of the bracket is stacked enough where I'm not too worried about it. I think we're gonna have some absolute bangers moving forward here. While we have a lull in the action, I'm gonna go look at the bracket. See, the Cyclone's very good at being annoying. Yeah, so DRG is going to get straight into the semifinals, where he's actually going to be facing off against Beyond. What a banger. I mean, sad to see Hero not here, but DRG Beyond semis is super sick. And then the winner of this will face the winner of Dark versus Nice. I have a feeling we're going to be very Terran and Zerg heavy in the semis. Not a lot of Protoss to be seen. Nice and Nightmare had to fight right at the beginning. Hero not showing up for us. And then Beyond took out Classic. So all of our Protoss contenders getting handled here right at the beginning. Nice is the only one left. Nice, if he can beat Dark, we'll have a Protoss in the round of 4. Whew. And Siege Tank's pretty good against Cyclones. You're trying to find something here. He does have a double drop heading into the main. Now there are some turrets, but he's just going to boost right by the turrets. And that tank that was in the main earlier is gone now. These are Stim Marines. That is a dead NG Bay. I think that's a dead second NG Bay. SCVs coming out to fight. Maybe to try to save this, but look at the concave. Oh, those SCVs just lambs to the slaughter. And there's not enough Marines here. Oliveira trying to buy time, but Cure's just straight up winning this fight as the units trickle in. These units are just chilling. Oh, no. Oh, this is so unfortunate for Oliveira. He is taking an abysmal trade. Looks like maybe he's more focused down here, but all of his tanks get absolutely stifled. However, Cure is not going to be able to capitalize on that. He just moves his tanks to a slightly better position, but Oliveira is still here with a lot of army. So he did finally clean up those Marines in the main base, but he lost a lot of SCVs and a lot of random units there that he did not need to lose. However, his position on this base is really fantastic. I'm surprised Cure didn't use that opportunity of the tanks being shut down to move these tanks out here, because now he's gonna have to lift this this base. Ooh, and Oliveira is up here as well. There's a sensor tower seeing that, but Oliveira can be very annoying with this. We're seeing repair on the orbital, but I feel like Cure should just go take this base. Oliveira is taking a 4th during this because, yeah, why not? It's the benefit of being the attacking player. He's going to lift up into the medevacs and try to go into the main base. Cure is thinking about this, though. Great movement there from Cure. Those Marines there ready to stim. I mean, that is golden. Oh, Cure, get back on the repair. Okay, he's got Vikings. He's got Vikings to push away the medevacs. The high ground vision will have to come from scans. Cure, repair. Cure. They stopped repairing. Cure, no, he's in the map. He's not watching, but the vision's gone. Oh, Oh, cure, cure, cure. Ah! Oh, Oliveira unsieges, loses all of his tanks, though. I think that base is going to die because he's not watching it. It's going to burn down. Cure is in the natural, though. Are there any tanks up in the main? There's none. He's going to kill the natural base. This orbital is going to die, though. The third base dies, even though all the tanks unsieged and left and died in the meantime. And now Cure trying to drop in the main. He's killed 17 SCVs, but he was so not focused back at home. I don't think he even realizes he lost that base. And even though, yes, he killed one base for one, Oliveira has his fourth base over here as well. So he's still okay. He is down quite a few workers. Cure now realizing that this base died. He's going to have to go retake it. This game getting real messy. At the end of the day, look at the supplies. They're so close. Let's take a look at the standings here. 5 tanks to 8. 71 Marines for Oliveira. A shutdown on the tank, but these Marines are the real threat. Huge anti-armor missile hits them. But Oliveira does not care. He's just going to keep chasing this back. The tanks will be able to siege up. Oh, I don't think Oliveira should fight into this. There's too many siege tanks. His Marines are just going to get blasted. But does he have enough to just barely break through? He might. The reinforcements, they're trying to come in. But now Oliveira's tanks are getting sieged up, and that's it. GG. Oliveira takes the 2-1 victory. An absolute slugfest of a TvT, testing both of their abilities to multitask. These guys are so insanely good. It's extremely rare to see mistakes like that out of Cure or Oliveira. And it just shows you how much they're pushing each other to their limits. That Cure didn't even realize his base was burning down. Oliveira ran tanks the wrong way and they just died for free because they were so focused on all of the other things going on the map. That is actually insane. And then Oliveira with the guts to just stim through. He's like, anti-armor missile, I don't care. I think I have enough Marines to not care. And he was just barely right. Those last, like, the dozen Marines or so getting through. Actually insane. What a match, dude. Oh my God.